And welcome back, everybody, to All Sports Uncut. This is Adam, and it's just me again by myself tonight. Sorry, guys. Pip's doing Pip things, and he's busy, man. So you just get me tonight. All right, guys. So let's talk about some sports. Sports. Let's talk about some sports. Okay, so there's a lot going on, but a lot in one field. So there's a lot of basketball news going on right now as free agency had blown it up. I'm not going to talk about the draft because then I'd be talking about NBA for the next 2 hours. So there's no reason for me to just go in and talk about the NBA and the NBA only. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go talk about free agency normally. If you want me to cover some draft stuff, I can cover draft stuff, but that's going to be on a later day because it's just a lot to do in one show. So tonight we are starting with some NBA. So let's get it going. I get all my news, my sources from Woj, because Woj is the main source man I go to for all my NBA content. So we'll start it off with Jazz All-Star guard Devontae Mitchell is going to go ahead and sign a 5-year extension with the Utah Jazz for $195 million. Strong. Good on you, man. You're a dynamic player. You deserve to get paid like you were a dynamic player. So, good for you, man. Oop, there go my notes. Sorry about that. So, we're going to move on to the next little bit of notes. Serge Ibaka has agreed to a 2-year term for $19 million to join the Clippers as well. I don't think the Clippers really need him. I think the Clippers are just so desperate to try to get some star power back to Los Angeles after the disappointing 2020 season they had. So, he's a good player. He's still got some juice left in the tank, but I don't think he's the same Serge Ibaka that he was 5 years ago. With that, we have Nerlens Noel going ahead and signing a 1-year deal to land with the Knicks. Goodbye, Nerlens Noel, in your career. Melo is going to go ahead and stay with the Trailblazers. They did him right, so he's going to do them right by taking the 1-year extension at the veteran minimum. Melo, I hope it works out for you, man. You deserve a ring. Rajon Rondo is going to go ahead and jump ship, as we know, from the Lakers. He's going to go ahead to Atlanta. He's going to sign a 2-year deal with Atlanta for $15 million. Rajon still shows that he's got it. He's a great player. He's a great mentor to have on the court. Did I wish the Lakers could have kept him? Yes, but you know what? I'm going to go into Laker news, and yeah, I'm not upset about it. Gordon Hayward getting paid. You're getting paid, my man. You're going to go ahead and take that 4-year, $120 million contract by the Michael Jordan brand and go to Charlotte. Wow. Gordon Hayward's a good player, but $120 million good? No. That's an astronomical amount of money to give to a really good starter in the NBA. Okay, Michael, I know you don't have a whole lot of talent that you sign out there. I know you just got LaMelo Ball, but yeah, I don't know. I think this was a good thing for you. DJ Augustine is going to go ahead and sign with the Bucks to try to stir up some of that backcourt with them as well. He's going to take a 3-year, $21 million to Milwaukee. What we got here? Chris Dunn, formerly of the Bulls, is going to go ahead and take a 2-year deal to go ahead and play in Atlanta. Not a bad deal for the kid. The kid's actually pretty good. I did watch some of him this past year. He's pretty good. Atlanta gets a very good player at a very cheap price. Okay, so we have a big trade that happened, but the biggest name that happened in I think it's a 3-team trade with OKC, Milwaukee, and Denver. But it was just New Orleans and OKC, where they move Steven Adams to New Orleans to replace Jahlil Okafor, who did leave in free agency. I don't think it's a bad place for Steven Adams to go. team's got a lot of talent around them, and he's a really, really tremendous role player as well. He knows his role. He knows he's going to rebound. He's going to give you about 14, 16 points a night, but be a good defensive presence. So I don't think it's a bad move by New Orleans to go pick him up. Yeah, good job, New Orleans. The big news coming out is we have Montrezl Harrell going ahead, and he's going to play for the Los Angeles Lakers this year on a 2-year deal. I believe it was like $30 million or $25 million, something like that. I have to get the numbers exactly, but Montrezl Harrell is going to go ahead, and he's going to come to the Lakers to try to chase that ring. Next thing we had Marcus Morris. I got to be real careful with the Twins. He's going to go ahead and he's going to return to the Clippers for one more year. He's a good player, hell of a tremendous outside presence. I just hope the Clippers know what they're doing. They have now Tyronn Lue. They don't have Doc Rivers, so they are going to be going in a different direction. So let's see how they play. Christian Wood, a forward who recently played with Detroit, is going to go ahead and shore some of that front court problems that Houston had. He's going to take a 3-year, $41 million to join that team. Joe Harris is also going to stay with his team in Brooklyn to stay with the Nets. He's going to take a 4-year, $74 million contract to stay with the Nets. Joe Harris, great sharpshooter, great pickup, great for the Nets to go ahead and keep him. Good job, guys. Alec Burke is going to go ahead and take the 1-year deal to go with the Knicks. As I said with Nerlens Noel, congratulations, it's the end of your career. Okay, let's see if I can say this. Davis Brentons, I think that's how you pronounce it, is going to go ahead and stay in Washington for 5 years, $80 million. I really hope this guy was going to go to a contender because the guy can shoot and shoot well, but I think he might be in a package trade, maybe in about a year or so to the nearest contender. Rodney Hood is going to go ahead and return to the Trailblazers for a 2-year, $21 million contract. Good point guard, nothing really wrong with him. He's going to fit well in Portland, back up Dame Lillard. Deandro Gallinari is going to take a 3-year deal for $61.5 million to go ahead and play for the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta spent a lot of money this offseason to try to make something happen. But, of course, they have to, as they have a lot of cap space as well. It's the same thing with Charlotte. So Charlotte's just shoveling money to anybody they can sign. Jordan Clarkson is going to go ahead and take the big payday as well. 4 years, $52 million to stay with the Jazz. Not a bad pickup, in my personal opinion, for the Jazz to pick up. He's a hell of a six-man. He can also come in and be a starter from a couple times out of the month. So, yeah, I really think this was a good pickup for that team. Patrick Peterson, a veteran big man, is going to go ahead and come back and play for the Clippers for another year. Veteran big man, they're not a dime a dozen, but they are veteran big men who can play, are good. Like I said, Julio Okafor, he's going to go ahead and go play 2 years for the Detroit Pistons. Not a bad pickup for Detroit. Detroit's throwing some money around as well. Mason Plumlee is also going to go to Detroit as well for 3 years for $25 million. We have some injury news. Klay Thompson did rupture his Achilles. He is going to be out this entire 2021 season. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens up in Golden State this upcoming season, as they are now trying to get back to the title hunt without Klay Thompson, though I think it's going to be a very hard road to get back there. We do have a trade of players with Josh Richardson, and a 36 pick is going to be traded to Dallas for Seth Curry, he's the older brother of Stephen Curry. I think that's everything I got on this week in the hoops. That was a lot. There was a lot there than I remembered. There were some other trades. Dwight Howard is going to leave the Lakers. He's going to go and sign with, I can't remember the team off the top of my head. Lakers also do pick up Marc Gasol. There's also the big trade with OKC for the first round pick and Danny Green to go ahead and get Dennis Schroeder as well. The Lakers picking up some good assets. Dennis Schroeder is going to be an amazing player on the Lakers as well as learning from LeBron. I think he's going to be more of a ball handler this year than LeBron will be this upcoming year as well. Lakers still need to go out and shore up some shooting. That's why they went out and also got Wesley Matthews as well. So the Lakers are looking to repeat strong this upcoming season. Anthony Davis has not signed his contract yet. He's waiting to see what the Lakers do. He's saying after Thanksgiving, that's when he's going to go ahead and make his decision on what team he's going to go with or re-sign with the Lakers. Most likely he's going to re-sign with the Lakers, just depending on the money that's going to be with him. And he also wants to see what Giannis does. He wants to see if Giannis takes the extension. He wants to know if the Lakers make enough room to try to, quote-unquote, take on Giannis in next offseason. So that's what's going on in the NBA, guys. A lot of news coming out of the NBA, and Woj is pumping stuff out. There's so many rumors out there that I didn't want to take any rumors this week because it's so much stuff. There's so many different trades. Oh, and Bogdanovich of the Kings, he's going to go ahead and stay with the Kings for 4 more years for about $80 million. But yeah, guys, there's so many news that's going on about the NBA. It's ridiculous. They are just... the amount of money that's being thrown around in the NBA is ridiculous. So, yeah. Let's move on to football, guys. Ready for some football? Are you ready for some football? Okay, so me and Pip have our picks in from last week. I did not have a good week, as I went 5-9 and Pip went 9-5. Pip now takes the lead on me. He is now 67-45 overall, while I am 63-49 overall. Some bad picks from me in the middle of the games, and some late picks that just did not work out for me. How about the Vikings coming out and beating the Cowboys? Oh, I'm sorry. The Cowboys coming out and beating the Vikings. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The Texans coming out and winning as well. Taking that win. The Colts beating the Packers. That was a very interesting win. The Rams handling the Buccaneers. Let me see if there's any other ones that point out to me. Joe Burrow does go down with that big injury. He's going to be gone for the season. Joe, I'm so sorry, man. You did not deserve that. We'll blame it on 2020. But yeah, that was pretty much, that was the big news out of this week in football. But we do have picks for this week in football. As we all know, guys, it is Thanksgiving this week, so we are going to be having ourselves some Thursday night football for some turkey and football. First 3 games for the Thursday night or Thursday day are going to be the Texans and the Lions, the Washington football team, and the Cowboys and the Ravens and the Steelers. All 3 will be very entertaining games. Excuse me. What I mean by that is we have the Texans. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I need a little interruption. Need a little water break. Had some tickle in the back of my throat a little bit. But this week in football, we do have Week 12 going in. Like I said, the Texans and the Lions. Me and Pip are split differently on that one. I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans, while Pip is going to take the Lions in that game. I feel the Texans are a much better team, even though their record does not display it. And the Lions never do well on Thanksgiving. Never do. So, it's always hit or miss. But on the other hand, the Cowboys always do play well on Thanksgiving. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys over the Washington football team. They also need this win to really secure first place or move up in the standings as well. So we also have the next game for the NFC North. We have the Steelers and the Ravens. Steelers look like they're going to go undefeated. Ravens have not played up to the season. You can call it the Madden curse this year. We don't know exactly. But they have not played up to the expectations that Lamar Jackson kind of set last year for himself. Okay, so moving on to Sunday night, we're going to have the Ravens and the Falcons in Atlanta. I like my Raiders in this game. Pip is also going to go with the Raiders as well. Chargers have to go east to go play Buffalo. In Buffalo, it is going to be cold in Buffalo. So we are both taking the Bills in this game. The Giants are going to travel to Cincinnati. They take the no Joe Burrow Bengals on. We are both taking the Giants in this game. Without Joe Burrow, the Bengals are not the same team. Next, we have the Titans and the Colts. Two teams who really need this win, who are really in need of a win here. They both need to win this game to lock in the division. I like the Titans. Pip likes the Titans. I think the Colts are just kind of fold on themselves. Moving on, we have the Panthers and the Vikings. Me and Pip are seeing this game differently. I'm seeing the Panthers taking this game. He's seeing the Vikings take this game. I like the Teddy Bridgewater, Christian McCaffrey combination that's going on over there. Next game we have the Cardinals and the Patriots going on. I like the Cardinals, even though they have to go to Foxborough and it's going to be cold. I do like the Cardinals in this game. The only way this game happens is if the Patriots get their running game going early. The Dolphins are going to go travel up to New Jersey to take on the Jets. I'm going to take the Dolphins in that game, and Pip's taking the Dolphins as well. The Browns are going to travel south to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. We both have the Browns in that game as well. Next game, we have the 49ers versus Pip's Rams here in Los Angeles. I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams. He's going to take the Rams as well in that game. So I don't think the 49ers can go ahead and go and toe-to-toe with the Rams in that defense. The Chiefs and the Buccaneers. This is going to be a really interesting game to see how Tom Brady comes out and plays this game, how he tries to hold on to some of the glory that TB12 has, and he needs to win this game to hold himself up in that division as well. But we both have the Chiefs in this game. Patrick Mahomes is going to be a bad man. He's going to put the hurting in. Then we have the Bears and the Packers. We both like the Packers in this game. It's an easy win, we feel. Next, we have the Saints and the Broncos going Mile High. I think the Saints will be fine in taking on the Broncos, even if they start Winston or Jameis Winston or Tyson Hill. And Monday night's game will be the Seahawks versus the Eagles. We both have the Seahawks in that game. So, there's our week in football, guys. I hope you guys are following along. Hope you guys have your schedule as well going on. Follow us on the IG. We'll be trying to do some updates. I know I will be pushing Pip to try to communicate with you guys to see what's going on in the world of sports and maybe on the other side of the world of wrestling as well. There were some other things I wanted to talk about this week, but I feel like it's kind of irrelevant for this week. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I know there's no Pip. There's not a whole lot of banter this week. I know how much you guys love the banter that goes on between the two of us. I do apologize. Maybe I got to bring in a third person to kind of help us out a little bit, maybe to make sure there's always two people for some banter time. But thank you guys so much. I hope you guys having a great rest of your week. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget, guys, it is the time to give thanks and to give to others. So please make sure to take some time out to thank your moms, your dads, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, your nephews, your nieces, those people in your life that give you so much thanks and so much to everything else. So thank you guys very much. We here at Allsportsuncut are thankful for you guys who watch these videos, who give us ideas, who put the comments in, who put the likes in. We thank you so much. And thank you guys. Please fill up on some turkey. If you don't do turkey, do some ham, some stuffing, some gravy, mashed potatoes, all the good stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and take it easy.